Yo, what up? It's your boy, Randy. This is 3 Reviews. Yes, I changed my name from Raking Reviews to 3 Reviews. Why are you asking? Well, I have an EP coming out October 5th, and my artist name is 3. No, I don't sing or rap on it. It's instrumental only. But I produced it, so you should check it out when that comes out. It'll be on YouTube, and it'll be on Apple Music, Spotify, or wherever you get your music. So check that out. But, anyways, I've been watching this YouTuber for maybe 7 months, and his name is WRECKLESSGR. He's a smaller YouTuber, has 1,000 subs, but I really like his content. I think he can blow up. And not like I'm going to do that for him or anything, but I wanted to interview him because I've been curious about a few things for a while. So, this video isn't really a video, it's more like a podcast of me interviewing him. Enjoy. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Oh, doing good. Doing good. Just another day.
Yeah, I'll just jump right into the questions. So, you started off your channel with an Among Us video, obviously, and from there you went into reactions, and now you also kind of dabble in gaming and shorts a little bit. Was there any reason you decided to upload to YouTube for the first time with an Among Us video?
So, me and my buddies had talked for a while about, man, it'd be fun if we got a YouTube channel going, and even if we only uploaded it, maybe once a week or whatever, doing just stuff like we play a lot of games or Magic the Gathering or, whatever. And we had talked about it, but we'd never taken that step. And so I was like, I'm just going to create a channel. And first thing I did was like, well, I'm gonna play some Among Us and I'll record it and just kind of see what happens. So that's how that kind of started. Initially, I thought we were going to do more stuff with my group of friends, but they weren't as inclined to actually do it. Since then, a couple of them have gotten like TikToks and are trying to go that route, but that's kind of how it started.
Have they ever asked you about, like, being featured on your channel at all?
No, not really. All of my buddies, for the most part, except for two, are police officers. So they're like, "No, I'm good. I don't really want to be on anything."
That makes sense.
And the other two, one of them has a TikTok, and the other one just doesn't really care. So I think like some of us thought it would be fun to like just impromptu kind of do it, but then as they thought more about it, they weren't as interested.
That makes sense, especially since you have a bigger following than you probably thought you were gonna have.
Yeah, absolutely. I never actually thought I would even get this many subscribers. So it's pretty amazing.
Before you started uploading, and now I guess, did you have any favorite YouTubers you watched, or mainly just you wanted to post on there?
No, I some of my the favorites I like to watch. So in regards to like reactions, I really like Knox Hill, Stevie Knight, No Life Shack. They're kind of the bigger ones. Although I started watching Stevie Knight when he was still really small.
Okay.
And I say really small. He had 5 or 6 thousand subs,
Yeah,
uh,
compared to now.
but now he's close to 500,000. So, uh, and then for like other content, I like watching Just Dustin, Dangy Bros.
Okay.
And then I've been getting into a lot of checking out Fable in his videos. I like his reactions, but I also like his just kind of other videos where he talks like he did a video talking about the Met Gala and fashion. And it was all satire, and he was saying how amazing their outfits were, but really he was just like pointing out how ridiculous they are.
Yeah,
So yeah.
that's cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were just into reactions or other things like that, so that's cool to know.
hmm Yeah, no, I the other ones I really like to watch are I love um, shoot Demo Ranch is one I really like.
Okay.
They do a lot of shooting stuff.
Yeah.
Demolition Ranch, yeah, and um, I do like AOK, Artist of Kicks.
Yeah,
He's a pretty dope reactor as well.
that's cool. Yeah. Um, I know your channel was like, a little bit coasting a little bit with your first reaction videos and your rap fan reaction videos, but was there a specific video that you could remember where you thought, wow, like this is something, like this really kind of took off for the first time?
Yes, absolutely. So it was kind of funny because I started my YouTube channel and Twitch about the same time. And my Twitch took off a little bit. Not anything huge, but I within a month I was affiliated on Twitch and I had like 150 followers, like 10 subs. It was going pretty good. And YouTube wise, I was sitting at like 20 subs. Just no real take off or anything like that. And so I was really thinking like, well, maybe YouTube just really isn't for me. Maybe that's something that once Twitch takes off, then I can try and maybe, all the people that watch me on Twitch would come over to YouTube. And so I was probably within a day of just saying screw it. And then I was scrolling through the trending videos and I saw an AJR video. Which one was it? It was
Way less sad.
Way Less Sad. That's it. Yes. And I was like, well, I'll check it out. I'll see. And I had no idea because I'd done that a couple times, and the videos either I didn't upload them because it was just the songs were just really bad, and I had nothing nice to say.
Yeah.
And I don't like uploading stuff like that. I would rather upload something that I can at least say some nice things about. But so I reacted to it. I was really surprised and thought it was really good. And out of nowhere, yeah, it just kind of blew up from there. It was the first video that I got at that point over 150 views on, and now I think it's sitting in like 4,000 views, which for a small channel like mine is pretty good.
Well, I mean, even especially with 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 views is a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Do you remember how many subscribers you had around that time?
It was around 27 or 28 subscribers, and I know 6 of those subscribers are family and close friends. So it wasn't, real subs. If you take off them, is like right around 20, and then I think within the next week, I had jumped to about 100 subscribers. So it was a pretty big jump for me, which led me obviously into diving into more AJR and really checking them out.
Did you notice an increase in subscribers once you started doing more AJR videos?
Yeah, it jumped quite a bit. I started doing more AJR and still sprinkling in other things. Because my concern I do have at times is I don't want to get completely fixed on just one artist. I've gotten that way a little bit with 21 Pilots, as like I did with AJR. So I'm trying to work on sprinkling some other stuff in, which I do have a reaction to a cipher coming out today. It's premiering later today.
Okay.
So I got asked to react to that one by the guy who set up the cipher, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I did notice that probably in the month I started just hitting AJR hard, I increased a couple hundred subs. I'd say I got between 250 and 300 subscribers at that point.
Yeah, that's a big jump from 20.
Yeah, absolutely. It was kind of crazy. It really surprised me, to say the least.
Do you ever feel like you said that you don't want to upload anything that is like if you don't like the song, you don't want to upload you trashing on it or something like that. Do you ever say you like a song more than you do in a video to appease people or anything like that, to not say anything bad about the song? Or is it more if you like the song, you'll just upload it, and if you don't, you won't?
So, I would say I don't necessarily appease people. I'm very careful about what I say because, words do have weight, and I don't want anybody to feel like if they like a song and I don't like it, that it means something negative about them. It's more of there were a couple songs I checked out that I thought were trash. The music videos were nothing but glorifying like bad things,
Right.
and it was one of those things of I don't like this. Two, I don't like what's being shown here, and I don't really want to be a part of it. I think I've only busted one song on my channel so far, and it was a DJ Khaled song with a couple other rappers, and it was just not good. I pointed out a couple things in it that were good, because I do try to find the good in anything. There, even if somebody is really bad at making music or whatever, there has to be something that they did good. And so I tried. That's where I try to find at least something good about it. So I mean, I guess I might. I guess I might not completely share when I don't like something to the extent I don't like it, but I'm also not going to say I like something if I don't. So pretty much everything I've listened to I've liked, especially with AJR and 21 Pilots. Like I said, there's songs that I listen to that I'm like, all right, that was good. Probably won't listen to it much. It's not a song I'm going to have on repeat constantly.
Yeah, you're not gonna put it on your playlist.
Yeah, there's definitely songs from AJR and 21 Pilots that I don't have on my playlist, just because they're not. It's not that they're bad; they're just not what I want to listen to.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah. So, we talked about your background with YouTube, but like, what's your background with actual music? What did you listen to growing up versus what do you listen to now? Do you take like, have you always taken music suggestions from other people? Have you always wanted to like break down songs like you do on your channel, or is it more like you used to listen to songs for fun and now on YouTube you find yourself breaking down the songs more?
So, growing up, my parents were big into either like 70s rock and 80s rock. So that's kind of what I grew up listening to. So things like Queen, ELO, Steve Miller Band. There's any sort of classic rock and or like late 70s rock was what I kind of grew up on. Um, and then once I was a little older, my brother actually got into hip hop. He's older. He's
Okay,
3 years older than me,
gotcha.
and so he was listening to it. I was still a little more into listening to pop, some rock, some alternative rock and classic rock. But then about my middle school age, I started getting into it, and really kind of enjoying listening to things like Eminem, Dr. Dre. Um, Linkin Park was big, and I was really into Mike Shinoda.
Yeah,
Um, and Yeah, so my brother was kind of the big influence for me really getting into music. And he's always been the analytical type, to where when he listens to a song, he dissects it, and he really just that's how his mind works. And so I think that's kind of where I got it from. Is he would be playing a song, he's like, "Hey, do you know what the song's about?" I was like, "I have no idea. I was just listening to it." And he goes, "Oh, well, the first verse is this, and the second verse is this," and it was really interesting to me because my mind doesn't generally work that way. A lot of times, my mind takes a little time to really listen or observe something to really dissect it. So that's something I always feel weird about. Is sometimes I'll be breaking down a song, and then I'll listen to it a couple more times. And I'm like, man, I missed so much, because I try to give. I think there's, besides songs where I obviously say, "Hey, I've already heard this before," I think there's only one video I uploaded to where I had heard the song previously. Every other one, it's a legitimate one take. First time I'm listening to it, here it is. So I do feel like I definitely dropped the ball quite a bit, but it is interesting to kind of try to understand a song the very first time you listen to it.
yeah, and that's the beauty of music. You don't necessarily have to be right with your interpretation. It can be interpreted any way that you take it. Every listener is different, so
Absolutely.
You're not necessarily wrong or anything in that sense. Do you have any genres that you don't like or that you just don't listen to, like country or something like that?
So I listen to country occasionally. I used to when I was at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and when I first moved to New Mexico, was I listened to primarily country in the mornings driving to work because there was
Yeah.
a radio station I liked to listen to. It was the DJ was Bobby Bones,
Yeah.
um, and so I thought he was just entertaining. It wasn't necessarily about the music. I kind of liked the morning show they had.
Okay.
So country isn't a big deal to me. Um, my one thing I will say about spending my time in the army is I've learned to appreciate and enjoy a lot of different music. Um, I mean, just from being deployed, sitting in our vehicle, we had a little sound system set up, and somebody would have their iPod, and we would take turns, getting to choose what to listen to. But when someone else's was playing, you just kind of listen to it. So I used to absolutely hate like heavy metal, a lot of like the screaming stuff.
Mhm.
Uh, but now there's a place for it for me. Like if I'm working out, if I'm doing certain things, I can listen to it and appreciate it. I would say the only thing I just can't listen to for the most part is opera and like some theater stuff. Some of it's just a little too. It's not that they're bad at what they do. They're really good. It's just I don't enjoy it. I can't. I just can't sit there and listen to it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's understandable. Do you think you would ever go to like a Broadway musical or something like that?
Yeah, I would go. I would go. I've been to some like very small, theater type events and watched some, and they're entertaining. I the Hamilton one, even though it gets kind of political and a little much in that department for me. Overall, with it being kind of more hip hop based, it would be interesting.
Yeah.
Um, I would just the play would just have to be at least something in whatever the content of it would need to be something somewhat interesting. Like you would not see me going to Cats or something like that. I could care less about cats jumping around on stage. Nope, not for me. But other sort of things I would for sure check out.
Okay. Yeah. Like Wicked or something like that. That's more susceptible in cats.
Yeah, yeah, and I've actually seen Wicked at like a small scale theater. It wasn't the big Broadway production.
Okay.
It was more small scale, but it was good. It was really good.
Yeah. So, um, we talked about your music video or your reaction videos and reactions to music and stuff like that, but does it ever discourage you when your shorts or other gaming videos get less views, or does it not really matter to you because you have fun uploading those and filming those?
I mean, obviously, I want them all to do well and people to enjoy them and rock with them. But a lot of the times, it's just fun to do. The gaming and stuff is I don't record probably 90% of the time I play games. I only do it here and there because I don't want everything to just get tied up in, oh, I have to film, I have to do this. Because I did notice for a while when I was doing Twitch that the gaming was just not fun. It
Yeah.
wasn't enjoyable because I was too worried about, oh, well, if I don't do well, they're not going to like it, or if I'm not entertaining enough, they're not going to like it. And I was like, you know what, I just want to play and have fun. And so that's something that I've found. But yeah, I mean it. There were like on a couple of the requests I've gotten through Patreon or whatever. I've 4 days in, 5 days in, seeing they only have 20 views. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like, I think people would really like this one, but it isn't that I'm worried that people don't want to check out my videos anymore. It's more or less like I feel bad if somebody requests something and then no one checks it out. because I was like, oh well, they spent like their time and money on this. Like, I really want people to check it out so they can show off like, hey, this was what I wanted you to listen to.
Yeah. Are you getting more Patreon subscribers now?
I think I have two,
Okay.
two or three.
That's
Um,
better than zero.
yeah, I need to figure out how to better utilize Patreon. I know there's things like I could upload a reaction to Patreon. Um, but my concern obviously is only two or three people would see it then.
Yeah, it's not worth
Um,
your time, really.
yeah, and so I'm trying to figure out better ways to utilize Patreon, or if it's for the time being just kind of leave it as is. But I do communicate with everyone that's on the Patreon relatively frequently. Although now most people are on. I've talked to on Discord. So
Right. Yeah, that's cool. I'm sure you can do a lot more with it when you get more patrons.
yeah, yeah, and I mean at a minimum, just continuing the basically once or twice a month you get to pick a song and I'll react to it and upload it is something.
Yeah. I speaking of like fans and Patreon, I noticed like the comment section in your videos is always very positive. Have you ever had to deal with something negative? And how do you like deal with it if you have?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, pretty much every video I have to delete some bot messages because they're like little links that take you to like hookup websites and things like that.
Right.
So I delete those when they come through. I mean, occasionally I've gotten some like comments that aren't kind, and I usually interact with them anyway. And I'll like, so I think one of the most recent ones, I think a guy called me Shrek. I didn't understand it, and I was like, I liked the comment because I think that's funny, and I
Yeah.
said, "Who are you calling Shrek?" I'm just wondering, was he calling me or was it someone in the video? And he never responded. So I feel like if my take on life for the most part is you have the freedom to say what you want to say. I'm not going to censor you. I'm not going to stop you. You could bash me all you want in my comment section, and I'm not going to delete the comments. That's fine. It's where if it gets to cross the line of targeting other people, being offensive in a manner that I'm not going to allow you to use my platform for. The only big one I can remember is on one of the live streams. Well, there are two situations on a live stream. One, a guy came in, and I don't remember what his name was on YouTube, but it was he started saying women shouldn't have the right to vote or something. I don't know. He was just being ridiculous, and so I just blocked him because he wasn't going to be giving any sort of anything to the live stream that was going to be beneficial to anybody.
Mm.
Um, and then the other one, this kid came in and was talking about eating glass and like a lot of like self harm stuff. And so I everyone in the stream at the time, I think there's 8 or 9 people in the stream at the time, were kind of playing it off as a joke. And so I muted him for like 5 minutes just because I was like, hey, let's calm down a little bit. Let's bring it back. I think you're getting a little too much attention and you're kind of rolling with it. And it seemed to work because he after 5 minutes he commented and he kind of had stopped. But it's trying to find that line of a lot of people. People call them trolls online who say nasty, mean things. They feed off what you say back to them.
Yeah.
So that's finding the line of, is it worth my time to comment, or is it just better enough just to leave them alone?
And you went in and muted them yourselves or yourself?
Yeah.
Do
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
have you ever thought of I forget what it's called, but you give someone the role to be able to like control the chat.
Mods.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, so on Twitch I have one mod, but I honestly I haven't been on Twitch myself in a month, and prior to that I hadn't seen him on in a couple months, so I don't know. Um, on YouTube I do have two mods. Um, One I'm probably gonna need to revoke hers just because I haven't seen her in a while.
Okay.
And being a mod, you do have the ability to like delete comments and prevent people from doing stuff. So, and then the the other one is his drumhead.
Gotcha.
He's in the live streams quite a bit. He has mod rights as well.
Yeah.
So, it's I think later on, if the channel continues to grow, it will turn into something that I need to get more people possibly involved in. Mm. But for now, I mean, it is with us averaging for the most part on a live stream 15 to 20 people, that I can handle that. We did a little better on the 21 Pilots live stream. I think we stayed above 35 the whole live stream, which was amazing. So,
sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, so it was. I think if we start hovering higher, then I'll probably need to bring some more people in, just because I can't read every comment and watch the video and and do all those things.
That's why I was curious, because the 21 Pilots one, the comment section was like, it was going off every minute, every second. So.
Yeah, and having it on the screen helped, so I could watch it and still catch some of it. But even then, like I've going back through and re-uploading each video, separately. I've caught a lot of comments. I was like, oh, I didn't even see that one. Okay, well, that would have been vital information.
Yeah, but that's normal. I mean, you're gonna miss a lot while you're reacting to a video and trying to read comments at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you can disclose this or what YouTube's rules are, but do you make any sort of money off of YouTube?
So, no, I can absolutely describe this. So, I think since I've become monetized, because I've only been monetized for like a week and a half now.
How does that work with uploading other people's songs?
So it's weird, and I'll probably actually make a video on this to try and help, just because it is kind of complicated and weird. But basically, I'm uploading a video right now as we speak. The neon gravestones. Okay. Reaction from the live stream. And once it uploads, it'll run through a check to where it says, hey, is this someone else's content? It's going to pop up. I've only had one 21 Pilots song not get flagged as a copyright issue.
Do you remember which one? It's okay if you don't. I was just curious.
I don't remember. Yeah. But they basically at that point, they will do a couple things. They will basically say, hey, we are demonetizing this either by sharing the profits with you or taking the profits. They can block it in certain areas, or they can just outright block it. And so probably 99% of the videos I upload, I have to dispute. I have to go through this process. It's just a bunch of boxes to check and basically saying, like, I'm not blatantly stealing someone else's content, and that I've transformed their content into new content, basically. Which a reaction video does fall in those categories. And that is why you'll see a lot of reactors, they'll trim out parts of the song to avoid having to do this.
Or mute it.
Basically, yeah. or mute it, or whatever they have to do. But basically, I'll dispute it. Sometimes they'll remonetize it, sometimes they won't. I think so I've uploaded 255, 56 videos, something like that.
Wow.
And I think of all of the videos, I think there's 30 that I cannot claim any sort of monetization on. Completely ineligible, copyright claimed. They're visible so people can watch them, but like my AJR video with the what was it? The Daisy the Great.
Yeah.
Um, it was blocked immediately, got unblocked, monetized, and now it's blocked again.
I was
So
actually
technically,
sorry, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Okay. I was expecting a reaction from you for that one and I never saw it and I figured, oh yeah, that one probably got blocked.
It's weird. So it has 132 views, 14 comments. I'm being monetized for it, so they're paying me for people watching it, but it is currently blocked.
Hmm.
So I have a dispute in, but I submitted that dispute 2 weeks ago. So sometimes the dispute you get, they go through it immediately and it's taken care of. But like, so my 21 Pilots, let's see which one. My Blood did not get copyright claimed at all.
Huh.
I no clue why. Don't know what about it didn't meet that. But yeah. So
It's funny because it's the video too.
yeah, it's the actual video and everything. So some of these I don't completely understand. But to answer your question, in the roughly week and a half, 2 weeks of being monetized on YouTube, they're saying my estimated revenue is $7.45. So it's kind of interesting how they do it. They have a whole system that basically they have your RPM, which is your revenue per mil, which tells you how much you've earned per 1,000 views. So they base everything essentially on per 1,000 views. So I'm currently making about 52 cents every 1,000 views.
Okay.
Whereas they also have your playback based CPM, which is your playback cost per mil, which again is about how much you make per 1,000 views from the advertisers.
Okay.
So this, I could be making about $7.34 per 1,000 views on ad revenue. And so that's where certain reactors, if you look at No Life Shack, that on some of his videos gets 2 million views. As long as he's monetized on that, he could be making some pretty good money on it. And he's even said on his channel, and I think on his Twitter, that he's making $50,000-$60,000 a month, which is crazy.
And then
Yeah,
you look at Mr. Beast and it's like 50 million views per video.
yeah. And Mr. Beast, none of his stuff is copyrighted because he doesn't put music in it. It's all his stuff. So you can make some really good money. I also did see an interview with Mr. Beast where he basically his budget for a video is however much money he made on the previous video.
Wow.
So he'll put $1 million into a video, and then that video might, on his standards, flop and not make the same amount. And so it's kind of interesting to look at that. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously I'm not doing YouTube for the money because I don't know anybody that can survive on $77 in a month. But and that's the other thing. Twitch and YouTube are kind of the same in regards to they don't pay you out until you reach a $100 threshold. So basically, until you get to that point, they just kind of hold on to it, and then they pay you. So it's been interesting to look into because I hadn't really thought about how YouTube would do it. But it is something for sure.
Yeah. Well, thanks for explaining it to me because a lot of things I'll look up and it's like they always beat around the bush.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I've tried to do that as well. I've seen two people do it. There's a bodybuilder guy that talked about it on one of his videos. And then Crip the Rapper. I've reacted to some of his stuff. He has a video on his YouTube where he talks about the demonetization and everything. And he basically gives you a high, a mid, and a low estimate for how much money he's lost. because of copyright claims and demonetization. And he's lost anywhere from $300,000 to like $600,000 because of demonetization.
Damn.
And he like breaks it down. He shows a spreadsheet. He just it's pretty crazy, and it really kind of painted a light as to what happened, because one of his biggest videos, he reacted to the lyrics, not even the video or the actual music, but read the lyrics of an Eminem song, breaking it down.
Yeah.
And it got completely demonetized.
Just from reading it himself?
From just reading it. And he tried to dispute it, and they basically said, nope, that's our intellectual property.
Yeah. Some of the YouTube system just makes no sense to me. Like that.
Yeah, no, it's frustrating, because if you really think about it, they're getting free advertisement for their artist, for whoever, and realistically, the amount of money that they're going to make off of it is very little in compared to what they're making off of the artist. So it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's a business for them, and they have to do what's best in their mind for their business and their brand.
Yeah. And also, it makes you think about if artists get money from YouTube when they upload a music video or things like that.
Yeah, there's definitely, I'm sure there's more behind the curtain that we're not seeing. But I mean, even, going back to No Life Shack, a big label reached out to him, and they wanted him to react to an album. And he negotiated with them, and basically he did, I think, 5 songs off the album for $10,000.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was crazy. And and that's one thing I like about him, is he's real. He tells you, like, oh, this is what I'm doing, this is how much they paid me.
Yeah.
And then he even, because of it, he gave up, I think he gave up like half of it away to just people on Twitter, like, hey, tell me if you need money. And people were saying, hey, I need money for this, and he would cash app them the money. And so
that's cool.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's like watching a Mr. Beast video when he just walks in the store and gives somebody $10,000. Like,
yeah,
okay, cool.
All right, I wish it was me, but okay.
Yep.
Well, yeah. Moving on from that, I don't know if you look at this often, but I wanted to see if you knew your top 5 most popular videos in order.
No, I don't.
Right.
I haven't looked at it.
If you had to guess, what would you guess for top 5?
Top 5, and I don't know what order they would be in. I have looked a little bit at some of the views on my channel, but I would say probably Way Less Sad, Redecorate.
That's right.
I knew those 2 would be big, because I have the Redecorate one pulled up on my little YouTube creator thing, and that always is like returning people. Well, that's what they'll see. Can't remember her name. There's a Olivia.
Rodrigo.
Yeah, Rodrigo.
Yeah,
her video.
Like 10th.
10th. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it had grown in views. I was a little surprised. Yeah, I mean, those are the ones I can think of at the moment.
Yeah, the most popular is Redecorate, and then it's Way Less Sad, and then it's the OK Orchestra live stream.
That's right. Okay.
And then Karma, and
Really?
and then your Plunder Wild Sequence Warzone short.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So honestly, I didn't think the shorts would really do much. I kind of thought, like, yeah, there's really no shot I'll get a lot of views on them, because if you don't hit the YouTube algorithm,
Yeah.
the YouTube Shorts algorithm, no one will see them. The only people that'll see them will be if they're subscribed to you. But on that one, I was driving home from work, and I just happened to, like, I wonder if anybody's watched this, and I just saw that it had jumped up 1,000 views, and I was like, oh, Must have hit the algorithm. Okay.
Yeah. Guess you got to do more Warzone stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised, but not surprised because shorts, it's like TikTok, right? And a lot of
Hmm.
TikToks, I feel like every single person on TikTok has a video over 1,000 views, at least one.
Yeah. Hmm.
So
Yeah, and that's and I don't honestly know how the YouTube Shorts affect the money side of things. Um, it there's no ad revenue, so I don't understand necessarily how and if they're even paying for those, or if it's more or less just to kind of keep your a little more recognition for your channel.
yeah.
Um, but no, I enjoy doing it. It's what's funny though is I absolutely despise editing my Warzone clips. Because generally I'll have a Warzone, video on my computer saved, and it's an hour long, and there's 45 seconds of content I need to pull from it, and so it's just like rewatching it and trying to remember, and so I'm trying to get better about if something happens, I immediately stop recording and I hit re-record, so that way I know like, hey, this happens at the end of this one.
That's a good
But
idea.
even
Yeah.
even then though, I have 3 or 4 kind of just waiting because I want to upload one that's like people having nice death comms, and there are not a lot of people saying nice things on death comms, so it's taking me a long time to get those clips. um, but yeah, it takes it's not hard work or anything, it's just a lot of filtering, it takes time, which is generally why I haven't um, re-uploaded all the songs from the live stream, is it just takes a lot of time
Yeah.
to go through and do all that. But I did want to do it for the 21 Pilots one.
Well, like you said, it's not hard work. It's just time consuming. Same with editing, everything.
Yeah.
Editing is like the worst part of the whole YouTube strategy. Um, so do you think you're gonna do other videos besides reactions in gaming, or maybe instead of reacting to songs, other things in the future?
Yeah, I would like to. I think it would be really cool to get into doing some of these other style of videos. I tried making a video of me woodworking because I do enjoy woodworking a little bit and building stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and it was so hard to do it. Just trying to film and talk, and then having all of these, I think in the the 10 minutes of video I was able to edit together was over like 4 hours of
Oh my God.
video that I was
Yeah.
trying to clip and edit and move, and it got to the point where it was just too hard. And I think I need to look at maybe different editing software. But it's just, yeah, I would like to do more. It's just finding the right way to do it. So I would love to do something like, in real life stuff with um, doing challenges or whatever with my friends, or
Yeah.
with another channel or something like that. I think that would be a blast. Um, but for the time being, it's you know nothing's in the works yet.
Gotcha. But you're thinking about it. You have a list.
Yeah. Hmm.
What editing software do you use?
So I use OpenShot Video Editor.
Okay.
Um, and then for the Warzone, or for my shorts, I actually just use like whatever video editing software is on my computer, like came with the computer, just because it actually uploads faster onto YouTube. I
Wow.
don't know why,
Yeah.
but like my OpenShot video editor will take, once I have everything edited to where it's good, I'm ready to save it and have it export out. It'll take 10 to 15 minutes to export it out. And granted, that's significantly longer than the shorts.
Yeah.
But the shorts take 5 seconds, and then I can upload a short into YouTube in like a minute. Like, it's super fast, whereas my 15-minute video will legitimately take 15 to 20 minutes to upload into YouTube. So it just takes some time, but it's it's something that I think moving forward will be something I do. I'll put some money into better editing software, better camera, and eventually better mic, that sort of thing. Which I bought a new mic a couple months ago just because I wanted a little bit better quality, but even then it's not like a super nice mic or anything.
I mean, it's not bad or anything. Like, even you said you're on your phone now. The mic isn't too bad here.
Yeah. Right now I'm just on my phone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Could be a lot worse. So,
Definitely.
all right. So I have like a few like speed round questions. If you're up
Okay.
for it. All right.
Yeah.
21 Pilots or AJR?
21 Pilots.
All right. Is there a specific reason?
I like the little more hip hop vibe.
Gotcha. You have a favorite 21 Pilots song?
It would either be Migraine, Screen, or I've been really jamming Nico and the Niners
Gotcha.
lately.
Yeah. Those are a few like obscure ones. That's pretty cool. Which songs from the channel have you added to your own personal playlists? And if you can't say like all of them, obviously, how many do you think? Like a percentage wise?
I've probably of the songs I've reacted to, I've added probably 60% into my playlist.
Wow.
Songs on the live stream, I would say probably about 70%.
Wow. That's even more. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite movie?
Favorite movie? I would say my favorite movie currently is the second Ant-Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of movies I like that are very different, but I like the comedy as well as the action. I think Paul Rudd is amazing. So yeah, I would say that one. But probably my favorite non-comedy, like non-action movie would be Fallen with Denzel Washington.
Okay. Yeah, Denzel's a legend.
Yeah, it's a really good one. It's kind of an obscure one. I think John Goodman's in it as well. It's really good. It's a drama. So, but yeah.
I'll have to check it out. Are you you said you like Ant-Man and the Wasp, so are you into like Marvel movies?
Yeah, I like them. I like them. I'm into kind of my wife would say, the nerdy kind of things.
Yeah.
So I do enjoy the Marvel movies. I enjoy like Star Wars and stuff. I'm not a super fan. I know nothing like really about the movies. I just enjoy them.
Yeah, just surface level.
Yeah. I'm definitely saying I'm a fan would be a little much, but I enjoy it.
Gotcha. All right, well, that's all the questions I really have. But if you want to like promote something, promote your channel, anything else you're working on.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I have the cipher I'm reacting to. It's premiering today at 1 o'clock Eastern. I think no, 3 o'clock Eastern. 3 o'clock Eastern.
Gotcha.
That cipher will be really fun. It's by Jackson Vibes. He's a rapper, reactor, stuff guy, and he reached out to me to ask if I would react to it. And what's really cool about it is every rapper on the cipher at the time of the recording were all under 1,000 subs on YouTube. Wow. So it was trying to like give love and show that there's these people out here who aren't known, that are just really good at what they do. And I was pleasantly surprised. It was 10 times better than any sort of freshman XXL cipher. So it's definitely one to check out for sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll be watching it when it premieres.
Perfect. But no, that's all I got. I'm gonna keep uploading the 21 Pilots live stream reactions, and then I have a couple more I need to get on soon as well.
Cool. Well, thanks for always uploading videos and entertaining people, even if you're not making money. It's pretty cool.
It's fun. It's fun. I get as much out of it. So
Yeah. Well, it was good talking to you. It's cool to like sit down and talk to someone you've been watching for a while.
no, absolutely. It was a blast. It was
Yeah.
absolutely a blast.
If I think of any more questions, I'll definitely ask you to do a second part.
Sounds good to me.
All right, guys. That was it. That was the interview. Thanks for watching. Sorry if it was a little bit awkward or anything like that. It was my first interview with anyone, so just let me know what you think in the comments, and check out his channel, of course. Thanks again. Peace.